The biggest misconception in modern baseball is that the pressure of a $700 million contract and a last-chance two-way comeback should crush a player's personality into stoic isolation. The shocking truth, revealed in Ohtani's recent candid interview, is that the very man carrying the hopes of two nations and the weight of a surgically repaired elbow confessed to having his greatest asset, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, look down on him.
This bizarre, almost disrespectful admission isn't a sign of tension, but the exact proof of why the Dodgers are winning, demonstrating a genius strategy of relaxed excellence. Welcome back to 605 News 1, where we dissect the hidden dynamics of baseball's elite. If you thought the biggest story was the gravity of his two-way commitment, you missed the real power move, the genius of being namerareteru, or comfortably disrespected. We need to start where Ohtani started, in quiet dread.
The recently aired documentary captured the immense gravity of his situation, confirming what many insiders feared: 2025 was the last chance for pitching. At 31, Ohtani knew another 18-month recovery cycle, another surgery, was simply not realistic. That burden, that existential threat to his identity as a two-way player, weighs a ton. He wasn't just attempting a comeback, he was facing an athletic mortality few athletes ever acknowledge publicly.
This internal conflict is the foundational challenge of the season. The immediate consequence of this pressure was a dramatic, almost unthinkable technical shift in his mechanics, moving from the traditional set position to a full no wind-up delivery, pulling his left leg back to incorporate rhythm and momentum. Why the change? It wasn't about flair, it was a cold, calculated biomechanical decision.
He understood that post-surgery, command would suffer temporarily, forcing him to sacrifice pinpoint accuracy for pure velocity and reduced elbow torque. He aimed to maintain his 95-96 mile-per-hour velocity while decreasing the strain index on the UCL, a decision so precise it's almost beyond human capacity.
Mark Pryor, the pitching coach, confirmed that Ohtani proposed this adjustment himself, explaining that Ohtani possesses the unique ability to visualize and manipulate the movement of his own body. This is not just athleticism, this is having a cheat code for your own biology. It would be easy to assume this level of stoic, technical self-mastery requires maximum focus and isolation, a fortress of concentration. But this is where the narrative takes a sudden, glorious left turn. The program shifts immediately from the high-stakes discussion of his elbow reconstruction to the triumphant three-shot from the World Series champagne celebration, Ohtani holding Yamamoto, with Roki Sasaki gripping the trophy. When asked if he felt like an aniki, a respected older brother figure to his younger Japanese teammates, Ohtani leaned in and delivered the definitive line that broke the internet. "I honestly don't feel like an older brother at all." Those two basically look down on me, especially Yoshinobu. The contrast is dizzying. One moment we are dissecting the agonizing reality of career-ending injury, the next we are plunged into the locker room banter where the highest-paid player in North American sports is admitting his star pitcher takes him lightly. Many critics and traditionalists, used to the rigid senpai-kohai system pervasive in Japanese sports, might initially view this as a shocking breach of etiquette, or worse, a sign of lax discipline in the Dodgers clubhouse. This is the common counter-argument, that authority must be maintained for success. But they miss the entire point. Ohtani's declaration is not a complaint, it is the ultimate affirmation of trust and chemistry. As one prominent Japanese baseball analyst, Kenji Tanaka, put it, Ohtani has fundamentally dismantled the toxic elements of the Japanese sporting hierarchy in the most high-stakes environment on Earth. The act of being looked down on by Yamamoto means Ohtani has created a tension-free zone where Yoshinobu can truly be himself. In the hyper-competitive furnace of MLB, the ability to relax and maintain authenticity is priceless. Bench footage and Instagram posts confirm this dynamic. The frequent bench laughter, the playful jabs. This easy camaraderie among the three Japanese titans, Sasaki, the serious young ace, Yamamoto, the free-spirited genius, and Ohtani, the capable leader who welcomes being teased, is the silent, essential atmosphere that fuels the Dodgers. Ohtani's genius isn't just his talent, it's his ability to create a psychological environment of pure play, proving that the drive to win stems directly from the joy of the game. That feeling, described by one viewer as being frightened by how much he loves baseball, is the emotional core of his success. He isn't driven by fame or contracts first. He is fundamentally a yakukozu, a baseball kid, who just wants to hit home runs, strike out hitters, and win with his friends. The resolution to the heavy open loop of the last chance for pitching is found in this profound lightness of being. Ohtani faces down the terror of career extinction, not through grim determination alone, but by cultivating relationships that allow him to be utterly natural and relaxed, even when standing on the precipice of his athletic destiny. The two-way path remains difficult, but the burden is eased when you are fighting side by side with colleagues who are comfortable enough to joke around and take you lightly. That vulnerability, that willingness to shed the mantle of the untouchable superstar, is the true three-way threat Ohtani offers: pure baseball skill, peerless character, and magnificent humor.
The journey of the two-way dream continues, but what we learned today is that the most stoic competitor in the game thrives on pure, unadulterated friendship. If you were surprised by Ohtani's candidness, drop us a comment below. What specific moment between Ohtani and Yamamoto truly defined their unique relationship for you? Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to 605 News One for more deep dives into the psychology of global sports champions.